know if you know too many Bosnians, but no Bosnians jump off the bridge. Okay.
Well, you got to represent them and be the first one. You got to step out there and get to it.
That's the thing. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I will be the first Bosnian.
Mom's going to be so proud.
Oh, no. You don't understand. Bosnian parents, okay? Like, I'm going to get, like, murdered, okay, for this if I jump, you know? That would be like, I would literally be the first Bosnian to jump off the bridge because...
All right. Here we go.
Here we go. This is awesome. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I usually like to be like this close, so that way you can kind of hear.
Make sure we can get it all in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right. So I have Dave here. What's your last name, Dave?
David Helton.
David. Okay, let's start that again. I have David Helton here. He is base jumper / skydiver?
Professional skydiver, base jumper, just extremist, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm. So I thought, who better to be on the Hair Now podcast than you? Because I figured you probably have some crazy stories.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then I was like, I want to hear these stories because what I try to do with these is sometimes I'll try to get them animated as well too. So it's kind of like we're just gonna talk about whatever.
Okay.
And then if something like funny happens or a great story happens, then I try to animate it.
Sounds good.
Last time I had all these questions for my coworker, but I think we're gonna skip that and we're just gonna go try to wing it.
There you go. That might be the best.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had all these questions, which was like, tell me about a present that you gave to somebody, and they were like, I don't like this, or So we're gonna skip all of that. I guess what I kind of want to know was how did you even start? Like, what was the first time that you like were like, well, you said you also did scuba diving. So did you do scuba diving first, or
what it is in this would be 2005. I did my first. I actually went whitewater rafting and fell out of the boat. And there was a second there when I thought I was going to drown.
Oh, okay.
So I remember getting up and going, "Wow, that was awesome, man!
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I got to do something else." And I went and did my first tandem skydiving.
Where'd you go?
I was. This was all in East Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Smoky Mountains, pretty much. Ended up going to a small place called Smoky Mountain Skydiving, which is still there. Yeah. Just a little. Actually, the guy who owns it is an old military combat helicopter pilot. Crazy Kip and his wife Teresa. We went out there, and that guy was pretty wild. He had two helicopters shot out from underneath him and walked away without a scratch. So
he what?
He had 2 helicopters in Vietnam shot out underneath them and crashed them both and walked away from both of them.
Wow.
I mean, this dude was wild.
This guy needs to be wild. This guy is the next guy that I need on the podcast.
And basically, I just knew that. Wait, did I say 2009? What did I say?
Around like the 2000, early 2000s.
Yeah, 2009. Sorry about that. 2009. And I don't know. I just fell in love with it right away. I knew the moment I left the plane, the second I left the plane, I knew I was going to be a skydiver. There was no doubt in my mind. I remember I jumped out and I was like, Superman, arms straight out in front of me, And I remember the guy, was hitting my arms, trying to chop him down to get me to do like the regular body position, And I'm like, oh, this is great, We get down on the ground and I'm like so super stoked. I'm like, this is amazing. This is awesome. And then the guy's like, yeah, you're a real natural kid, I'm like, oh, great, thank you. And then, you flash forward, a little bit and I become an instructor. I realized that I was pretty much a total jackass. I did everything that he told me not to do,
Well, I remember I did a skydive with my friend in Boise. I think it's called Skydiving.
Yep, I've spent some time there. Absolutely.
And it was really random. What we did was like he was like visiting, and then he was like, I wonder if there's skydiving here. And then I was like, yeah, Yeah, there is. And then I called them up, and then we literally booked it the same day.
Nice.
And then I remember it was like jumping out, like it was. There was a friend that was filming us also. So he told me to tell the instructor to do a front flip out of the plane. Of course,
flips and stuff. That's the way to go. Flips and stuff.
So yeah, so if you're gonna be doing a skydive, then you definitely want to do the roll it out of the plane.
We usually call it gainer, bro. Try to do a gainer, bro. That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So yeah, so what did it take for you to become an instructor? How did that process go?
So after my first jump there in September 2009, I thought about it and told everybody, my family, my friends, I'm gonna be a skydiver. I'm gonna go skydive. I'm gonna do it, And I just thought about it for a year, and then you start just dreaming about it when you're driving your car, looking at the clouds, and you're watching videos about it. And I actually didn't do my first AFF jump till the following year in September. So your first step really to the whole voyage is just learning to skydive, which is truly a life-changing experience. I'll be real honest with you. When you start to skydive and you go through this process and you prove to yourself what you can do, your life changes, who you are changes, who your friends are changes. Everything's different. You have this aura about you. You know what I mean? So you gotta want to go and get your skydiving license. It's your A license. It's 25 jumps total. The first part is going through the AFF, the Accelerated Free Fall program, where you do the first 7 jumps with instructors, and you get through that. Yeah. Even that part makes you feel awesome. You've accomplished something great, and then you can you're still a student. You can start doing solos by yourself.
Yep, we're back on.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a close call.
Yeah.
Thought we lost it all, man.
we almost. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Now we're back in action. So I already recorded.
So go ahead.
I recorded twice on this, and it recorded maybe like 2 hours, and then battery's like.
There you go.
But we have audio. We have audio on this camera, and this camera. So we'll be able to. We ran into some difficulties.
I think the last spot we were at was A licensed skydiver, becoming an A licensed skydiver, and how much it's going to change you. Yeah,
exactly. So I guess the closest place that anybody can go ahead and do that would be in Boise. Do you know any?
Yeah, there's Skydown in up in Caldwell. I would recommend that place, or I would recommend just going down to Skydive Utah.
Yeah.
Either one of the two. Yeah, they're both pretty good.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, like. I don't know, like it's like a thrill-seeking.
Yeah. Well, I think you would mention something about the doing the tandem. To learn to skydive, you don't actually have to do the tandem first, but we strongly recommend doing it, just because it's such an overwhelming feeling. I mean, when you leave, your brain goes, I don't even know what's happening. You don't have to do it to do your license. But like military guys will come, or people who are extreme athletes or something who are really athletic and got their mind together, would decide to come out and just go through the ground school and do the ground school and start doing their jumps.
Oh, okay.
And then I think you mentioned something about the base jumping stuff. The base jumping stuff is, you got to keep in mind, it's totally different than skydiving. Skydiving, we have rules, we have a sanctioning body, we have a safety requirements that we go by. And base jumping, it is truly still a renegade sport. It's do whatever you want, do whatever you feel like, as long as you can pull it off. That's the main thing. You got to make sure it works right.
I've seen some crazy stuff happen here in Twin Falls. Like, I don't know if you saw this. Somebody was driving on a truck or something, and then it was some kind of camper van, and then they just ran off of it and then jumped off the bridge.
Yeah, and the last guy almost slipped.
Was that you?
No, that was not. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about that.
Some crazy stuff happening here in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yeah, but we really appreciate being able to come out here. This is like a mecca for us, Definitely one of the biggest spots in the world to come out and learn to base jump. We have people that come from all over the world, all over the United States. They come out and do first jump courses and stuff, and it's just an amazing time for us to get to do this.
Yeah, it's really like it's like bringing in tourism as well too, because you get all these people staying in Twin Falls, and they got to eat somewhere, so they're spending money locally itself. Some of them are like van lifers, but not all of them. So they still have to sleep and eat places and so forth. So it's helping the economy, and it's also kind of almost becoming like a tourist attraction because you can pretty much go anytime at the bridge and see people jump.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely spend a lot of money when we're here. Some people are like, "Oh, base jumping's free." No, it's not. It costs the travel and the time and the money you put into it and the gear. And then, of course, yes, I think a lot of tourists come here to see us. We're very well known now. I know sometimes we'll have the full buses of people come from like China. Sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 buses in one setting.
Yeah.
And like I guess we're legends there.
Yeah.
Like they just know about crazy white people
Yeah.
jumping off bridge. And they're always really nice and really excited, and they follow around and want to do pictures with us. And you almost feel like the Beatles for a minute there.
Yeah,
You're just
it's
like,
like,
wow,
hey.
this is awesome. It's crazy. And then where were we? Yeah, but learning to skydive is just going to change your life. It's such a voyage. There's over 300 drop zones in America.
Oh, okay.
Of course, here in America, we're the biggest ones of all. And in America, we do 800 to 900,000 tandems a year. It's a
wow.
multi-million-dollar industry, and then also it's just the scene, it's the family thing, it's the lifestyle, Once you go out and you jump with your friends and you hang out and skydive with your friends and you risk your life just for a good time, and then you go out and we drink together and we tell stories and we laugh and we drink and then we talk about skydiving more, and it's just a really great lifestyle.
Yeah. It's you definitely. I feel like if you're looking for like something new, something adventurous, this is it.
This is the place to be.
So you can either do skydiving or
You could come out to the bridge and do a tandem base jump. That
exactly.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So tell me, I guess just going a little bit back further. So how did you then get involved into? So you did a whole bunch of jumps,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Like how many jumps did you do before you were like, I'm gonna now be an instructor?
So in the skydiving world, what you're trying to do is you can either become a tandem instructor, like I am,
Yeah.
or an AFF instructor, accelerated freefall instructor, which teaches the people to skydive on the 1 through 7 jumps and does coach jumps, which I also am. And then your first rating is a coach rating. The coach rating is the one where you would help skydivers finish off their A license with the coach jumps, how to track away and be able to jump with other people. So to become a tandem instructor, you have to have 3 years in the sport. You have to have 500 jumps. You have to have your D license, and you have to go take a course, a tandem examiner course. So through that, I got my 500 jumps and went for it right away. I did my first jump in the course at jump 501. I went right for it. So
You're like, I hit it. I want it.
well, the first thing you do is you go through it, and your regular life is whatever it may be, and at some point you realize that skydiving is what you want to do, and then you got to cut your life away. So you have the right handle that cuts away the main parachute.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to cut life away and kind of go for it, and that's what I decided to do.
Nice. That's cool. Okay, well, this is where I kind of wanted to see what happens here. So you've done so many of these jumps, right? Has there ever been a moment or a spot where you're like, oh, this is interesting?
Well, right now I have 8,653 skydives. And the only reason I know that exact number right now is because first we use a logbook and I log it. And second of all, I'm not skydiving right now. I'm here trying to get this tandem base jumping thing going, hoping some people will come out and support me. Out of those 8,653, I have 6,500 tandems.
Oh, wow.
So now when you go through the voyage of doing the tandems, yes, there's certain things that do happen. There's definitely moments when you think you might have made a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I've always been able to take care of it. Basically, you're going to have cutaways. At some point, the first parachute is going to malfunction, and you're going to have to cut it away and deploy the reserve.
Yeah.
So that's not when that's going to happen or if it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's when it's going to happen, I guess is more to say.
Yeah.
And I think I've had, 16, I think, which for my career has been pretty good. 16 cutaways, 14 of those tandems. And yeah, there's been some moments, you're on your back spinning at 3,500 feet, and you just have to do the job, take care of it, make sure everyone lives.
Yeah, that's, man, yeah, I cannot, I'm just having a hard time like imagining that, because like even if just one happened to me, I'm like, that's it.
Well, it always depends on the person. It's like you talk about cutaways or injuries, if the person will come back. And if you're one of us, you're one of us. You know, we're less than the 1%. There's only 37,000 licensed skydivers in America.
Wow.
You know, and if you're bitten by it, you know, you're probably going to come back. You know, and then the first one, my first one, I didn't get till 1650. I was a tandem cutaway. And I remember the last 6 months, I would dream about it every night. It was getting really weird, you know, and then I had my first one, and it was like, bam, bam. Oh, we're fine. Cool. No big deal. Come land.
We're good. We're good. My gosh. Yeah. So I feel like that's another level of like adrenaline needing to do that, you know, because like there's the first initial one, you know, when you're jumping, you know, because like especially for new people that have never done it, you know what I mean? It's just so much adrenaline that it's like when you land, it's like, oh my God, that was crazy.
It's definitely the way it makes you feel. You know, it makes you feel happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some of us, it's something that we have to have, I guess. And it's so weird when it comes to people doing skydiving. It's right down the middle. 50%, oh yeah, I would totally do that. I'll do that tomorrow. And then there's 50% that would, oh, I would never do that. And for me, that's kind of weird to hear that in my life, because it's not that long. We're not here very long. It's hard to imagine people saying I would never do anything. You know, life's short. Here for a good time, not a long time, people.
Yeah.
Get out there and do a skydive today.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I have this bucket list, and that was one of them to do is a skydive. So we just pulled the trigger and we're like, we're doing it. And
it was worth it in the end.
It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. I have the video to rewatch it and re-experience the whole thing. That's why I'm so grateful for like GoPros. And
Definitely.
Because it's in my mind, it's like a high risk thing, but you guys done it so many times that it's probably no big deal. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's a big deal for you. And as far as us, you know, we're just trying to keep everything under control, keep our mind in the right place, not try to get too carried away. You really got to be careful in skydiving and base jumping. Ego and complacency is definitely something that will get you. You know, so you really got to keep your eye on the prize and keep focused about what you're doing. And everything should work out just fine.
So basically you're saying you can't be too cocky, can't take too much risk.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, you do things in skydiving and in base jumping. Like you get to a plateau and then you try something new, you know, skydiving. Maybe you're going to learn to free fly or start flying wingsuits. And then in the beginning of that, something will usually happen that will scare the heck out of you. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm not that good. Maybe I'll calm down a little bit, and I'll just, you know, get it back together and just go back to the basics, you know. Just go back to the basics, you know.
Jumping in. Yeah. Let's go back to the basics. Yeah. So have you tried with the wingsuits where you're like, I've seen some of these Red Bull people like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I've flown wingsuits out of an airplane. So first of all, it's just like with the base jumping, you pretty much will learn your wingsuit flight out of an aircraft. And then you talk about the wingsuits, the stuff you see on TV with the mountains and stuff, where they're flying next to it. That's proximity wingsuiting. And that is extreme. That is probably the most dangerous sport in the world. It really is.
What kind of mindset are they in to do that? Like, I cannot compute that. I mean, like, they must have had so many jumps, and they must feel so comfortable with it to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go in between this craziness. Is there any video that you've seen where you're like, well, that's just nuts?
Well, I mean, most of them are, you know, those guys are all extremely talented people, and they're really pushing it to the edge. You know, so much has happened in wingsuiting with the gear and the manufacturing of the gear and the people now that are doing it. It's just really kind of hard to believe where it's at now.
Have you seen this video where one guy jumps out of an airplane, and then there's another airplane on the bottom somewhere, right?
Oh, he landed in the plane.
And then he lands in the plane.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Like,
so many good videos out there, that stuff.
Yeah, and then now they have like jetpacks attached to them as well too.
Yeah, they're doing that over in Dubai. It's just crazy where everything's going, you know. It's just pretty much wide open right now, you know, with the technology we have and the interest. And it's really coming on. that's kind of why, for myself personally, I decided to come up to the bridge this year and take the summer off and start doing tandem base jumps myself.
Yeah.
I just have such a love and passion for what I'm doing right now. Just trying to make my dreams come true.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy because we live in Twin Falls, and this is the only bridge that you can jump off of without any kind of permit. There's probably some other places, but like people of Twin Falls, they have this access to, even people from Boise and Burley and anywhere near at least like 100 or 200 miles vicinity, they can just drive here, book a tandem base jump with you, and just jump.
All you really have to do is come on out. We'll talk for a little bit. We'll go over to the landing, and then look super cute for the camera. It's the only job you got.
That's all you got to do. Is
Scream loud if you want to. Makes the best video.
Yeah, just look super cute, and that's it. So, what got you? How did you come to Twin Falls? Like, how did that transition happen?
I think my first time in Twin Falls, I was out in California at Skydive Elsinore, and then I made 2 trips that year.
Yeah,
and just immediately fell in love with what was going on out here.
Yeah,
it's just an amazing place. If you're at here, you see all your friends from everywhere else because they always come through here. Every base jumper around comes through here one time during the summer. So instead of being in a drop zone and trying to go see your friend over at this other place or other state, you just hang at the bridge and they all come to you kind of,
Yeah.
And that was the first time I ever saw a tandem base jump. And I remember thinking to myself, that is what I would love to do someday. It took me this long to really get to the point where I was ready to do it.
Yeah.
But I got my buddy, Brandon from Bad Seed Base, who's manufacturing the gear now.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw him do it last summer, I was like, yes, I'm going to order one right now, today.
I want it.
I want it.
I want it. Yeah, that fits exactly what you were doing with the tandem skydiving. It's just basically like the next transition. And the only difference is like you don't have to take a plane, go all the way up, and you have the bridge. It's basically pretty much anybody can book it. You pretty much become your own boss.
Yes, that's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah, because with the skydiving, you typically are working for some kind of organization or something like that.
Yes.
This kind of allows you to kind of be kind of your own boss, and then you just got to get people to, do tandem base jumps with you. That's it.
Definitely. One thing, so skydiving, takes longer, but the adrenaline you're going to get stepping off the platform is times 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing's about 25 to 28 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's where all my experience comes in. It's not so much about stepping off the platform. It's about the gear, which now I have brand new gear. It's about me maintaining it and packing, which I pack for myself. I trust myself. And it's just about getting that down there and turning a 180 and coming into the landing area and have a nice landing.
So would you say there's a bigger adrenaline rush jumping off of the bridge than jumping out of a plane?
Yeah, it's huge. When you step off that platform and you fall, to the earth, and it takes about a second for the canopy to get up and get open and get flying. It's really it's going to be life-changing for you. You're never going to forget that moment.
So this is kind of interesting because this kind of makes it so that anybody that has done skydiving, this could be like their next thing that they try out, because they've already done skydiving.
Yes.
Then basically then it's like, okay, well, let me feel this rush of jumping off of the bridge itself.
Yes.
That's interesting. I didn't think that was the case because I thought you get way more of a rush jumping out of an airplane, but you're saying the opposite. So
it's totally a different experience. The thing about the bridge is you can look down into the canyon and you can see people waving at you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're stepping out. We only fall about 80 or 90 feet until the parachute is fully inflated and flying. It just happens to be over a 483-foot gorge.
Yeah, that's kind of like where, I think, anybody that's scared of heights or so forth, that's the first thing that they have to first overcome is getting on the platform. So the way this kind of works is, you want to kind of explain how it kind of works, like what you typically do?
Yeah. So basically, we're going to talk about everything and we'll get all ready. We have to place the platform out there, get that going. And then I have to come out, and then I will climb over the rail first.
This is the scary part.
Yeah, well, it's by myself. I don't like it that much. I like to get a buddy out there or whatever. I will climb over, and there's a hook on the left side of the platform.
Yeah.
I have a climbing hook. I'll hook to it. And then it has the bridle is attached to 2 pieces of military breakaway cable.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like shoelace stuff. And then it's hooked to that. So both of those break at 80 pounds. So I have 2 of them to make sure if I lose one or something.
Yeah.
I hook it on, secure it, check my bridle, and then I'll be calling out all my checks as I'm out on the platform. I'll have you out there. You'll climb over. Your right leg will go first. You'll stop on top of the rail for a quick second. I'll hook up one of the lowers, and then you go ahead and bring your foot the rest of the way over. It'll be left hook on the left side before your foot touches the platform. So I've already got 2 hooks on you.
So I think that's kind of part of the reasons a lot of people are immediately scared of this is because I think a lot of people think that you have to be on the platform not attached at all, but that's not the case.
You are attached, yeah.
You are attached to you, so that like even when you're stepping over, you're already being attached.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that I got you.
Yeah.
That's funny because half the people, the thing they were most worried about was climbing over the rail.
Yeah,
that's been a big thing. They're like, and I was like, it's not that bad, you just kind of get over there and you're okay.
You know, we need to talk to the bridge people and have like a little platform built there.
We've talked to them and they said no, absolutely.
Absolutely
They said
not.
absolutely no.
They're like, no. But imagine if there was like a gate, right? You just open it up and the platform's already there, and then you just walk up there.
But we never know who would be jumping off that thing. We'd probably get ourselves in trouble.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's very true.
And then, so then all 4 points are on. Pretty simple. I'm going to have someone do an outside video on my cell phone.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 Hero GoPro 8s. I have one on my helmet to get the over top shot.
Yeah.
And then we'll have one on a wrist mount on your hand. If it was skydiving, I would have the wrist mount and the camera on my hand.
Yeah, so that way
I can film the whole 40 to 50 seconds.
Yeah, because there's no way I would have been able to. Like when I was like
all the wind.
All the wind hitting you so much.
And then we'll talk about the camera and how to hold your hand and stuff. You just got to hold your hand out there. And once we're over, we're going to go really quickly. So we turn left 90, put your feet over the edge of the platform, hold the camera, 3, 2, 1, go. We won't be, once we're over, once your feet touch the ground, we'll be off in 40 or 50 seconds.
Jeez.
I don't want to give you too much time to think about it.
Yeah, you're like, you don't want to like let them simmer there too much because it's kind of like if you've ever seen people like trying to jump off of a cliff or so forth, if they stand there too long.
Oh, yeah. It's over.
They don't want to do it. It's like they get in their head and then they're like, no.
This sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah. They're like, nope. Yeah, but this way, you're like, we're doing it. You're here. You're hooked up, ready to go. Bam. And then you just jump.
And one thing you got to keep in mind, too, is that there's still less than 2,000 people in the world who have done a tandem base jump. There's just not the locations to really do it at, So, we're doing 800,000 to 900,000 tandems a year of an airplane, and we've done less than 2,000 in the world. It's
crazy.
Base jumping. So
that's crazy. So
it's definitely a rare opportunity to come out here and do it.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely a once in a lifetime experience, especially if you live in Twin Falls. I feel like anybody that lives here has to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's kind of like your obligation in Twin Falls is to have a job and jump off the bridge, tandem base jump.
Yeah, I have had a lot of the locals going out here.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I put my pricing a little more towards skydiving, just to make sure that everyone can afford it. I don't mind working a little bit harder to do what I got to do. I mean, if this is skydive season, I should be skydiving. If I was doing that, I'd be doing 20, 30, 40 jumps a week.
Yeah.
So anything less than that's not too bad,
I think the whole goal here would be then to try to convince everybody that hey, you got to jump, you know, off the bridge, tandem.
Tandem base jump is the next big thing. It's coming up. Be one of the first ones to come out and do it.
And I think just saying that you did it too, knowing that
you have the video,
you're like without video or photo. It never happened. It never happened.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Have you done anything where, like, have you jumped off of anywhere else other than bridges and?
Yeah, I've got some antennas and I've got some cliff jumps down in Moab, some earth jumps down in Moab.
Oh, so. How's the difference on that?
Well, of course, Moab, first of all, is pretty much like heaven on earth for base jumpers. It's just awesome down there.
Yeah.
I actually went down last year and I spent 4.5 weeks down there over October, November, and I did 43.
43?
So that was a big
43
deal for me.
jumps?
43, earth jumps, cliff
My
jumps.
gosh.
Yeah. And that was a big deal for me. I kind of realized that wasn't too bad at this stuff. And that's when I really started thinking about doing the tandem base thing and all my skydiving experience, and then having the base jumps that I've got, I figured it was time, step up to the plate and make my base dreams come true and try to help people out and give them the gift.
Yeah, and you're offering like a special right now.
Yes.
We did this video, like you and I did a video. We kind of shot it here in the office. Then we went to the bridge, and then we were like, okay, here's a new one. So maybe I'll flash that video a little bit.
Cool.
But I would say, do you have like a base jumping moment where you were like, this is the best base jump ever?
I mean, when it comes down to skydiving and base jumping, definitely the difference is like, in skydiving, I've done 17 jumps in a day. Mm-hmm. When you come into base jumping, each one is so special.
Yeah.
Because it's you versus the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a certain level of commitment. Even at the bridge, when you climb over and you look at the beautiful gorge and you just take a second to check it out, and then you look down and you realize you're basically 5.2 seconds to impact.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's just so awesome, and the people and just being a base jumper.
Yeah,
is a big deal.
What do you think is preventing people from doing tandem base jumping? Like what kind of, do you think like it's just fear of heights, or what do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's just fear of the unknown. It's everyone's so worried about leaving this life. I mean, we're all going to leave this life. Mm-hmm. It's what we do before that happens.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the end, your life's going to flash in front of your eyes. And my plan is, when that happens to me, I want it to flash for at least 30 or 40 minutes. That's if I'm going down the tunnel and everything, I want it to really go, oh yeah, I did this and that was awesome, and I accomplished this. I don't want it to go, oh, I worked a lot and bought a house and watched TV. Beep. I hope to have these memories. And then also, skydiving especially, I have a lot of people that I've taught to skydive that are still skydivers that remember me. I did their tandem. I did some AFF jump for them. I've got a couple of guys, I've done their tandem, all their AFF jumps, all their coach jumps, and stamped their A license card. Yeah. And those are kind of your minions and the people that you leave behind and people that will remember me.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's kind of like you want to do stuff, not just play it safe, It's kind of like you're only going to be here for a limited time. You might as well just do it all.
Go out and live your life. There's so much out there,
If you're watching this video and you're like, these guys are making sense, I gotta jump now.
Yeah, exactly. Come on out to the Twin Falls Bridge, tandem base jump.
I guess so. What's the best way of people getting in touch with you if they want to do this? Like,
cool.
how does that work?
So right now, for the rest of the year, I'm still doing the $200 special. Mm-hmm. $200 special includes free video on every jump. I'll get it edited to you, and I'll make sure you get it in your hands. I guess the best way to get a hold of me is just text or call. Yeah. 865-250-0666. That's 865-250-0666. And also, just get a hold of me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Base Jump the Bridge. Mm-hmm. Base Jump the Bridge, or my name, David Helton. David Helton, Helton. Right now, there's about 50 videos on there. Yeah. Because as of Sunday, I just did my 50th tandem base jump.
You are just knocking them out left and right, basically. And it's such a great deal. It's like people don't have an excuse anymore. Because it's like sometimes I'm like, well, it's too expensive. Not anymore, people.
Hey, twice the instructor, half the price. Come on out and see me.
Yeah, it's like now, not anymore. So I think that's awesome that you've offered this service for anybody wanting to give it a go, and just kind of made it. I think there's just going to be way more people doing it. You know what I mean? And it's like you have to do it if you live in Twin Falls. So it's like. That's it. I mean, like it's kind of like a contract, almost like living in Twin Falls.
Yeah, I'd like to say, everyone, please come out and support me. Come out and jump. I'm an extremely qualified instructor. I'm definitely going to take care of you. I'm going to get the job done. You're going to have a great time. If you can go on my Facebook and like and share, do that and support me, that too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I saw one of the posts. Somebody's like, "Oh, well, it'll be cheaper if we just go skydiving because this place does it for this much or whatever." Yeah, but they're still going to get you for the $100 for the video.
Yeah,
It's going to be more in the end.
Yeah,
if you get the video, it's going to be more in the end.
It costs a lot of money. I remember when we did it, it was like, okay, this, because we went to the top. Like, because you know, when in skydiving, you can like do different levels.
Yes. Yep.
We went to the top.
Yeah,
We're
they got you on that one.
They got you on that one. Yeah. we were like, if we're gonna do this, we want to go to the top. You know, like we want to, like when like I had a guy videoing us from the bottom, and we were like a pixel is how big we were with the airplane. You know what I mean? Like, I think we were at 16,000 or something.
That's the high one they got.
That's the high one over there. It's like, that's pretty high up.
Yeah.
And we were just...
You're definitely going to get a good minute free fall out of that one.
Yeah. And they also, I don't know if you've ever have you ever tried this? Indoor skydiving.
I've did one in Tennessee. That was one of the original ones I've done it. But that's another huge thing. It's
how
really
does that compare to like skydiving itself?
Well, it's a lot of the drop zones that are teaching AFF will actually send them out to a wind tunnel, or if maybe someone's struggling. I mean, you can learn everything you can learn in the air, in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Of course, once again, it's one of those things they say, well, but it's cheaper that way. No, it's not really.
Yeah, it's like,
you can get addicted to the tunnel just like you can get addicted to anything else.
Yeah.
But now with the big companies that are manufacturing, there's, well, I don't know, 30 tunnels in the States. I mean, their plan is pretty much to have one in every major city.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're getting really close to doing that. So
I did one in Salt Lake City. Or
Ogden.
Ogden.
That's a very popular place. They have really good instructors.
Yeah.
They have a really reasonable price.
Yeah. I did it with my friend Sarah, and she basically she didn't like it for some reason. It was like I couldn't breathe.
Well, you do have wind blowing right in your
face.
There's
a lot of, I don't think people understand how much wind is, because like when you're free falling, you're falling like, you know, gravity's taking over.
Yeah, we fall on the tandems. We fall about 120 miles an hour once we get the drogue out. There's like a little parachute we'll throw out, like a drag race parachute, and that keeps us at about 120. But yeah, you're definitely cruising right through it.
Yeah, it's like, imagine like sticking your head out of a car going 120 miles per hour. Don't try that.
No wonder the dog's so happy. He's like, yes, this is the best ever. Go faster.
Go fast. All right.
And then I guess we had talked about it a little bit. So are you going to go jump with me? We were talking about doing this together.
So this is where things get a little bit interesting. It's like, so this is going to be like, what do you think? Should I jump?
I think just come, look super cute / badass for the camera, and let's rock it out.
See, the thing is, like, let me try to explain this, okay? See, I'm Bosnian, okay? I don't know if you know too many Bosnians, but no Bosnians jump off the bridge. Okay.
Well, you got to represent them and be the first one. You got to step out there and get to it.
That's the thing. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I will be the first Bosnian.
Mom's going to be so proud.
Oh no. You don't understand. Bosnian parents, okay? Like, I'm going to get, like, murdered, okay, for this if I jump, you know? That would be like, I would literally be the first Bosnian to jump off the bridge. Because,
well, you better get out there before someone else comes and does it now. You better make sure you're the first.
The first Bosnian to jump off the bridge. Oh my God. Just thinking about it and saying it is kind of getting me a little bit nervous. Like, I got to represent from, like, breathe in. Plus, I don't know if I told you this, I'm not really great at heights. Like, I've been like, with my vlogs, I've been like conquering fear of heights slowly. And
we can do it in about 25 seconds.
Yeah. See, what ends up happening with me with fear of heights is, like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I doubt this probably only relates to people that are, like, afraid of heights. Is like you'll lock up, like your body locks up and it doesn't want to do anything because it's like in fear mode, I guess. And then it's like you're paralyzed. Does this ever happen to you?
No. I mean, well, obviously, I'm not scared of heights because this is what I do. So I have a really hard time understanding it. But if I'm standing on top of an object or something and I look over the edge and I'm not wearing a parachute, of course I get like, oh, move away from the edge a little bit. That's not very smart or whatever.
You probably feel much more comfortable anytime you have a parachute.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, because you're like, if anything goes wrong, I'll pull
we always joke about being on the bridge with the parachute. If an earthquake comes, we're like, we're jumping off. You guys are watching our host.
Yeah.
How did you get out of the plane back in the day then with being... when you did your skydive, how did you handle that then?
It was just like, I can't even describe it. It was like almost like watching a movie. Like, I didn't even think this was happening to me. It was kind of like I was watching it from like a third person perspective. Mm-hmm. And
was that outside body of experience?
Yeah, it was an outside body experience. It was like, I was like, I guess this is what's happening, and because they like make you stick your feet underneath the plane or something like that, and then you gotta.
And then they count it off, and you're like, just go.
Yeah,
just go.
It's so much stuff happening, like because the wind is like because they open the chute, right? They open the chute, and it's like it's just freaking madness, right? And then all we saw was like because usually they take a bunch of base jumpers and skydivers. Because they're all like, they get a free ride basically to like 16,000 feet or something. Because we're basically paying for the plane.
Yeah.
And
they're still paying, but
they're still paying. But it was just so much chaos, is what it felt like to me. With door open,
one person goes, a group goes. They're pushing you down the bench.
Everybody's going, and we're just scooting closer and closer. And I'm like, oh my god!
I wish we would have went first. That would have been a lot better.
Yeah, because you just see people like jumping out, and it's like, this is happening, and then,
so you didn't freeze up for that. You were good.
I didn't freeze up on that, but I've frozen up on some really random places. I remember one time I was in like Oakley, and there was like this dam. And I was climbing this dam, right, with all these crazy rocks, and I just like got to a point where I was like midway on the dam, and I was like, what am I doing here?
Oh, you looked back. You said,
I looked back, and I was like, this is a bad idea. So. So that's what I'm kind of like afraid of. I guess that'll be kind of like one of the fears is I guess this is kind of like what everybody else is kind of thinking is, and might be useful to you, is like this is kind of like why people are kind of like hesitant. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Is maybe there's a fear of going over the edge of to the platform and then freezing up there. You know what I mean?
Well, there's definitely the fear of the unknown, but you have to understand the payoff. How you're going to feel and how happy you're going to be and the feeling of accomplishment that you're going to get. It's definitely a big deal.
I see, and here's the thing. I also have this on my goddamn bucket list. Yeah. Like I have this on the bucket list.
Yeah, well, we're not going to kick the bucket. Don't worry. I got you. I'll take care of you.
Yeah. Well, maybe this podcast is like we talk about it and then we do it.
So everyone, make sure you put in the comments that he needs to go do a tandem base jump.
It's like because like last time when we did the skydiving, it was like me and my friend, and both of us were like, yeah, let's do it, sure. And then neither of us was like backing down. So I feel like if you have
he had a buddy. He had a buddy system.
He had a buddy system. And you have a buddy system, it's like I'm not backing down. Are you backing down? And then usually they just no. And then it does one of those. We've been like talking for like 40 minutes. This is a good podcast.
Nice.
All right. You know what? I'll do it.
That's there we go. Now we're talking right there, man.
I'll do it.
It's going to be one for mankind.
One for mankind.
One for yourself.
This is for all the Bosnians.
There you go. Line up, guys. Come on
out. Like calling out all Bosnians.
Yeah, there you go. Let's make that my best market. Come on out, guys.
I want to specialize.
Yeah, they're flying in from all over.
Yeah, because now that I jump, all of the Bosnians have got to jump, basically. And then now that I jump, everybody in Twin Falls has to jump. It's just, that's going to be the new rule, If you want your tax check back, you got to come jump. Yeah, exactly. You got to do the tandem base jump. All right. Well, what do you think? Should we just go do it? Yeah, man. I think we should do it. You think so? Going. Yeah. The time is now. There's no other time like now. Let's just jump off the bridge. There you go. All right. Thanks, everybody, for your support. I appreciate you. All right. See you on the next podcast, if there is one. We got a few more left. We got a lot more podcasts. All right. All right. Welcome to today's vlog. I've decided today that I'm gonna jump off the bridge, a tandem base jump with David here.
That's yeah, it's fun. Y'all come out and see me.
So we just did a podcast, maybe like a 30-40 minute podcast, and we were talking about base jumping and skydiving. And one thing led to another, and basically led me to the visitor center, and I'm going to be jumping off the bridge.
It's really quite simple. It's just falling.
It's just
25
falling.
seconds to freedom.
25 seconds to freedom. This was on my bucket list, so I have to do this.
Do you want to do this?
Well, I got a lot of stuff happening at work, so this way, if something happens to me, I don't have to do any of that.
Oh my God.
It'll all be up to Sarah, you know, to like get all the work done and so forth. So, yeah, poor Sarah, she's got to do all this extra work, and you know.
I will not be doing the extra work.
If I do this, I'm probably going to be the first Bosnian to jump off the bridge itself. So I feel like if I do it, all the Bosnians now have to do it. And if I do it, everybody in Twin Falls has to do this as well. All right, so we're gonna set up here, and then we're gonna go out there. He's gonna put a platform on, and then I'm gonna crawl over, and then just jump. So I already did skydiving, so that was like a rush in itself. He said this is gonna be a whole different rush because you're stepping over the bridge. It's like this whole process, and it's gonna be I'm afraid of heights. Okay, like I don't like, you know, when I see people like peeking over, I'm like, no, that's too dangerous. Yeah, so I didn't tell anybody this. I just
You're not gonna tell your family just in case?
Nope. Nobody knows. My sister doesn't know. My mom doesn't know. My dad doesn't know. I didn't even tell Sarah as well.
Okay.
Nobody knows. Basically. Oh, this is not a good idea. Don't look at the bridge. Why did you make me come over here and look at the bridge?
It's important to get a view.
It's important to get a view of what I'm about to do? Are you crazy? No. Okay. Let me practice a few of these.
Oh gosh, please don't fall.
It'll be like,
Are you already terrified?
I feel like I'm gonna, like my legs are already shaking, so it's gonna be like.
All right, so get your toes over the edge.
I can't move.
Well, that's what you have to do.
This is gonna be hard.
Toes over the edge. 3, 2, 1, see ya.
Woo! Okay.
It's going down.
It's going down. Welcome to Twin Falls, Idaho, where you can tandem base jump with a professional.
Come on out and see me, man. Base jump the bridge. Let's have some fun. We appreciate y'all.
Oh! So yeah, if you want to have an experience like this, come on down.
He's the first Bosnian to jump off
What's that mean you doing?
the bridge. I'm going muff diving.
It's happening! What are we doing? Like,
Nothing smart, but super fun.
You got it, Arnell.
Hey, man, what'd you think about that, buddy? How was that for you?
Amazing.
Life changing, yes.
Life changing. I definitely feel great today. Like I feel like I did something and I got away with it. You know what I mean?
Something that less than 2,000 people have done.
Yeah.
And it's the king of all adrenaline dumps. You know what I'm saying? You'll never forget that.
Yeah, like I'm still like envisioning again because like this is very similar to like the skydiving. I felt again kind of like a third party, kind of like viewing myself from a thing, and I was just, it's happening.
That's awesome.
The thing is, like with this, I had this planned to do like way later down in my life. You know what I mean? But man, today opportunity presented itself.
Sometimes you got to let it rip, man. Go for it. My favorite part about it is, so I think now you understand the feeling. You understand why we do this and what it's about, you know.
Yeah, I like I'll try to explain to people that are not have not done skydiving or base jumping. It's definitely a rush. It's a rush for sure. I can tell you that. And it's like your brain is releasing so much dopamine. You know, it's like yes. And I can tell you, like for some reason I wasn't scared. Like I told you, I was like,
well, I'm really good at this, just so you know. I've been doing this for a little while.
Yeah, I felt really comfortable with you. Basically, we went out there, and I've seen a few people already do this, you know, because we video it for Visit Southern Idaho, and I know the process, how it kind of goes. So, and I saw Sarah do it as well. She's the one that was filming today. But yeah, I think today was the day. Random.
It's almost like everyone should try it.
Everybody
you know what I mean?
should
it's real
try
close
this.
to coming out and doing it for us.
Yeah. So like I said, the only tricky part is the landing, right? Mainly, you guys have one job: lift your feet up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And how was the landing for you? What did you think about it in the end?
Landing was easy peasy. Like I think my skydiving landing was like much harsher than that. Like the way you handled the landing was very smooth for me.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
I didn't feel anything.
That's good.
Yeah, like it was like, this is it, nothing, you know. And the way we kind of did it as well too, it was kind of like we were there, and it wasn't like let me prep there for like 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, once we're over, everybody, we are going within 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing because like
there's no time to have a chat about life at that particular moment.
You don't want me to like.
Yeah, we're trying to get over and off.
Yeah, we gotta jump at that point. But yeah, like even going over the bridge, like
the climb over, the climb over.
And you know, the thing is, like, I thought people were like always saying how hard that is, but you know, I've done it now, and it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
You know, the reason that I think it's not that hard is because I went over and I just kind of like mounted it. I was kind of like around it.
Straddled it.
I straddled the bridge.
There you go.
And then you were like hooking me on, you know, because the thing is, like, we discussed that, you know, like, I'm not getting on the platform until you hook me on or so forth. So I felt very safe while you were hooking me on and so forth. So that helped a lot, in my opinion, because I was like, oh, I'm not going over until he's got me fully hooked and so forth. So I felt safe and great. Then even the scoot to the edge,
the 90-90 turn.
Yeah, that turn. I thought that was going to be much harder, but again.
Well, you did a really good job. The main thing is that you got over the rail with me, and you let go of the rail.
Yeah.
You did better than most, because some people get really strong at that moment with the right hand. Like, let go. No, let go. Stop, let go. You
let go of the rail.
Tap their hand a little bit.
Yeah,
you did really nice work.
You got to let go of the rail. And then we were, like I said, we were maybe there for like 3 to 10 seconds. We're just looking over. And it was like 3, 2, 1, and then it was just
bad seed. We're out of there.
We jumped.
Now, how long? You said it felt longer than what you thought it was going to.
Yeah, I felt
the fall part.
The
Anyway.
fall, yeah, the fall felt longer. Like you see these videos, and it's like so quick. And I feel like a lot of people's think they're like, well, I can do base, or I could do skydiving. It's longer, right? But this, I gotta say, it is indeed different.
Yeah, because you're over a 483-foot gorge, and actually, you got to admit the canopy ride. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
once we're open and flying, and you look at the gorges on both sides, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
this is
like
awesome.
well, the way I saw it was like this. Like as soon as we turned over, right, and we were like facing, I looked over the Snake River, and I'm like, this is about to happen. He's gonna say 3, 2, 1, go, and I'm about to go, and then we go. That's basically it. And once I jumped off, I felt like I've ever felt like really like at peace. It's just so weird because
once the parachute opened.
Well, not even
even before.
Even before, because like just like the free fall, it's not the same free fall as you get from
a
skydive.
Of course,
because the skydive free fall felt like a lot of like just wind just like smacking you. And
you have to keep in mind when we're going skydiving, we're doing about 90 miles an hour when we get out of the plane.
Yeah.
So as soon as the door opens up, it's very loud. It's very windy. You get out there and then
it's a chaos.
We do our thing. We're still doing 120 miles an hour.
With the plane?
No, under the. Remember the drogue comes out.
The door opens up and it's chaos.
Yes. And then it's no air. That's the thing about base jumping. When you leave, it's just like.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
That's what I heard. It was like a. And then it opened up, and now I was like, "Whew!" Yeah, because like there's the realization of like I am falling now, and I think that even the way I jumped off.
Yeah, you definitely. We didn't go on the same count, but it's fine either way.
Yeah, he figured it out. Like I thought I was supposed to go 3, 2, 1, and I just jump off. But typically, you just kind of like push people off.
Yeah, push people off, and that comes down to the way we're doing it. We're doing a static line off the side of the deck. Mm-hmm. We talked about that a little bit earlier. So basically, the canopy is going to open up and be flying at 80 or 90 feet. So, and the reason we do that is because we want to be open high so we can fly in for the landing. And also, when you static line something, basically you open up, bam, on heading every time. Yeah. Open up quickly, bam, on heading every time. And that's really what we want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this could have went any more smoother. I mean, it was. I felt safe. I felt great, and then now I've checked it off my bucket list.
There you go.
And
I try to have a really chill bedside manner. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I want everyone to feel as comfortable as they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I have to go over the gear and everything and any questions that they have, I like to answer it. And it's funny, I've got a few comments from my stuff online there. People are like, well, it's only 25 seconds, 28 seconds. Mm-hmm. Yes, skydiving's a lot longer.
Yeah.
But it'll be the best 25 seconds of your life.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
You'll never forget that moment. It's all about that moment.
The other thing is, like, I don't have to drive all the way to Boise. Because, like, the thing is, like, sure, you go over there, but it's like a whole day to Boise. Mm-hmm. That's the closest one. I think another one is in Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah.
So those are, like, the only two places that are really kind of doing it anyways. So you got to drive either, like, almost like 2 hours to Boise or 3 hours to Salt Lake City or something.
Yeah, Coldwell's 2 hours and 15 minutes one way.
Oh, yeah, it is a little. It's past Boise itself. Yeah. This is like do it in town. It's right here. It's like.
And if you're local, you've been wanting to do this your whole life. You've seen all these crazy people jumping off it. It's time to get out there.
Now I feel like I'm gonna be like advocating, like, hey, have you jumped off the bridge? Like I'm gonna be like an ambassador. Have you ever had the most fun you've ever had with your clothes on? Yeah.
Maybe you should come out and jump off the bridge.
Yeah, I feel like anybody that I talk to now, I'm like, dude, I jumped off the bridge and it was amazing.
Not very smart, but super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Well, no, I still think it was totally worth it. I mean, it was definitely a rush. I don't think I've had like that crazy of a rush of doing anything. I don't remember the last time I had like a that big of a rush of.
And that's why base jumping is the king of all the extreme sports.
Yeah,
it's right up there. It's nothing can really match it. The way you feel.
Yeah, it like I said. I mean, like it was definitely like amazing. I don't know, like I don't. I always that's one of my always thing I always say is like it was amazing.
Oh, you'll think about that for a while.
Yeah,
You
like
did a really
I'm
great job.
even right now. I'm like even right now, like as we're talking, I'm like rerunning it through my head.
And
Like,
the video's always nice for that.
and the video
the free
is right
video is
there.
always nice for that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like I'm rerunning this through my head. It's like, okay, I went to the bridge, we put the platform down, I went over, and then I jumped
Real quick.
real quick.
We
did. It was amazing. So, man, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there's a whole different person from who I was earlier than now.
There's
you know?
definitely one thing. If you find yourself watching base jumping videos and skydiving videos every single day, and you drive down the road in your car and you look out at the clouds and you wonder why I'm here, you should. It's time to go learn to skydive. It's time to look into it. It really is.
Either
it's
go,
life changing.
Yeah, either go base jump, tandem base jumping, or either do tandem
Skydiving. Yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff.
I'll always recommend skydiving to anybody. Skydiving has done so much for my life. It's changed my life so much. I'm here right now because of it.
Yeah, I saw that lady, the older lady. What's the oldest person that you've had jump in? And what did they say typically? Why did they want to do it?
Out of an airplane, it's been 87. And then I had a lady come 3 weeks ago. I think she was in her mid 60s. 63, 64, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
She had a great time.
She-
I remember she got out and she's like, I thought I was too old to do this. I'm like, well, obviously it's been done. It was going down. So that was really awesome.
So if you're like older and you're like, maybe I should do something, this is it.
I mean, especially if you're getting closer to the end, you might as well have some fun.
Might as well have some fun.
You might as well go for a little run.
And if you're getting closer to the end, might as well give it a go a few times. You know, it's like I said, I even feel like, man, that was so fun. I don't know anything else that I've done.
Nothing else really compares to it. Like I said,
I've done
there's less than
nothing.
2,000 people that have done it. It's something that's coming on in the next few years. You're going to hear a lot more about it.
Yeah.
So everyone get out here, be one of those first 2,000. Let's get this job done.
I feel like everybody has to do this now. Base jump and skydive.
Yes.
It's like it has to be
Yes.
on your list.
Don't be a no person. Be a maybe.
Maybe
because in
or yes.
Because in skydiving and base jumping, maybe is a definite yes. It's a strong yes. Strong
Yeah.
yes.
So next time you see somebody jumping off the bridge with like those base jumpers or tandem bases, just do it. It's totally worth it. The rush. It's like this is what I was going to say. This is probably like the highlight of 2021. I don't have anything.
Awesome.
I don't have anything better than this.
Me
you
being
guys.
out here doing these jumps has been the highlight of my life. So
yeah. Like this is the highlight of 2021. I have nothing better than this. I've done, hikes, this, scuba diving, this and that, but this was definitely like one of those like I did it.
life-changing moments. And I do really want to thank you for coming out. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everyone's support in the community. You really got to come out and experience this to understand what it's about. And the reason I'm here is to make this affordable so everybody can do it. I have such a passion for base jumping and skydiving, and I am such a tandem instructor through and through. So come on out. I'll get you all off and on safely. It's going to be a hell of an experience.
Give it a go. Give him a call. I'll flash your number there. And I did it. You have to do it.
All right. We rock this. Base jump the bridge.
Bye-bye. See you
Thanks,
guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.